We got to get that excitement back that we had at the start of the year.
We're not in sync.
Austin Matthews lets it go, scores!
It's a tough time, and I feel like a lot of negative energy around, whether it's during the game, outside of the game.
2-on-1, Barter scores!
It's going to be ups and downs throughout the season. You just got to be able to handle it.
Kachuk hit tight off a skate, got it, scores!
Everyone's pretty frustrated with how we've been playing and not winning at all.
Weber holds the line, Shrug shoots again, score! Deflected in front by Gallagher. Did Gallagher interfere with Murray?
The goalie was unable to reset, therefore we have no goal.
This play, I'm knocked on my ass. I have time to reset. You can't tell me the goalie doesn't have time to reset. Consistency is what we need, and we're not getting it.
Back with John Liu with more on the Montreal Canadiens, who made a coaching change today after last night's shootout loss in Ottawa. Claude Julien was fired, and he was replaced on an interim basis by assistant Dominique Ducharme. John, the tone around the team changed drastically over the last week as they struggled. What did you notice about what the players had been saying leading up to the Habs leadership change?
Well, red flags, Rod. When Nick Suzuki and Shea Weber were using terms like overthinking, negative energy, and frustration over the last 2 to 3 days, that was speaking to a larger problem afoot that Marc Bergevin confirmed today, saying that the players were not really letting the message get through anymore. He didn't come right out and say that Claude Julien had lost the room. He kind of couched it a little bit, but basically, Bergevin was experiencing a deja vu in the last 3 weeks where the Canadiens had gone 2-4-2, because he said that it reminded him a lot of what was happening last season when the Canadiens suffered through 2 8-game winless streaks that derailed their campaign. Now, Bergevin wanted to let Julien and Kirk Muller self-correct the course during practices in a recent week off, but when the Canadiens came out of that break and lost 3 straight, basically Bergevin said he had made up his mind. He had to make that tough decision last night.
You've watched this team very closely. What impact could Dominique Ducharme have on the Canadiens?
Well, you know what? He's going to have to make changes on the fly and very quickly. And Dominique Ducharme said that, well, basically the answers will come through the games themselves. But fundamentally, Ducharme is an offensive coach. And with respect to the power play, which has really been a liability and momentum killer for the Canadiens, not just this season, but for several seasons, Ducharme and Alex Burrows, who was promoted from the Laval Rocket as an assistant coach, will work together to make the power play more aggressive. As for even strength, Ducharme says that he wants to see better puck support, that the puck carrier will have more options by players being more cohesive. And interesting, Jonathan Drouin said almost the exact same thing about 3 days ago, when he said that one of the Canadiens' problems right now is that their gap isn't very good. And remember that Drouin and Ducharme had great success together with the Halifax Mooseheads winning the Memorial Cup in 2013, Rod.
Absolutely, John. And Ducharme makes his NHL head coaching debut tomorrow night in Winnipeg. John Liu, thank you. Ducharme in his 3rd season as assistant coach with the Canadiens before this promotion. Plenty of accolades before that. Won a Memorial Cup with Halifax. Won gold and silver behind the bench with Canada at 2 World Juniors. And former NHLer Alex Burrows replaces Kirk Muller as an assistant coach. Burrows had been an assistant with Montreal's farm team in Laval the past 2 seasons.